Good morning. So it is March 20th today. So the spring equinox is here, and I took 2 days off because I really want to spend time outside. I have not been able to do this for the past years, and so I'm really excited. I came to my local park with Bella, and I just want to enjoy the sun. And yeah, I brought a little picnic blanket, something to embroider, and yeah, I'm just going to enjoy my day. And I didn't have my car for the past 2 days, so I'm restricted to what I can do. I can only walk to places, and yeah, it's really weird because I'm so used to drive wherever I want, whenever I want. If I want to do something for the vlog, then I can do it. And so now, yay, we are bound to the local area, which is fine. But I found it interesting as well because whenever I come here into my local park, I see birds building nests, and it does not look bright, but it is so bright. But I have been seeing birds building nests, and I told you about the 2 ravens that that were building a nest here. And yesterday I came here with my mom, and there were 2 doves building a nest as well. So I don't know why the theme of building a home, building a nest is coming up a lot nowadays, but that's what's going on here. Like, there is a lot of birds building their homes in the trees that you can see here. And so, yay, it's a really, really beautiful day to come outside and embroider with Bella and you guys. And by the way, this is the progress of the embroidering, and while I was doing the clouds, I was like, how long is this going to take? And I became so impatient, and I was like, how did my grandmother do these in like big? Because like she made pictures that were probably 5 times of what I'm doing here. And then I remembered that this was back in the day, like people were not in a hurry, they did not have to rush, and they probably did this as a hobby in the evening or whenever they had time. And so I have to remind myself that this is not something that you are doing in a day or two. It's something you are doing over days and weeks even. And so I'm really happy with the progress, even though it looks not a lot. But I also thought about how cool it was back in the day, and I know it's not all good in the past, but I love how there were so many things that were bringing people to craft, like these things, or I also saw like other little craft sets that people could do. So I'm always amazed of these vintage hobbies, analog hobbies if you want. So I'm trying to include them more in my day. Okay, I'm going to call my boyfriend now so he picks Bella up, because this girl wants to walk home, and whenever she wants to go to our home, she just starts walking into the direction. So I know it's maybe a little bit too cold for her, but yeah, she's going on an adventure and not listening at all. Okay, so I heard this buzzing sound and I started to follow it, and guess what I found? There was this beautiful willow catkin tree covered in bees and bumblebees that were collecting the pollen from the tree, and I just love these magical encounters because it's these encounters that make me feel alive and just connected to nature and everything around me. And I am just so happy. That's definitely going to be an entry in my Green Witches diary. I just have so much fun, and I'm so happy that I decided to go outside on my free day and spend the time here in the local area. And it just shows that even though I cannot go somewhere crazy right now, like take you on an adventure, maybe find some new ruins or something like that, there is magic in every single corner of nature. And so I'm having a good time, and I hope you enjoy these little encounters with me as well. Okay, so in my last video we redid the whole fairy garden, and I had an idea of what I could do with all of the snail shells, and I know I said go over and watch it on my other channel, which is where you will probably see the whole process, but I could not resist of showing you the nearly finished product because I'm so happy with how it turned out. So let me show you the fairy carousel, which will also be a hotel for insects. I'm so excited. Okay, so here it is, and isn't this the most whimsical thing you have ever seen. I collected these together with you, and I found these wooden circle plates in the craft store, and originally I wanted to like put these on thread, but I did not like how it looked like. And then I remembered I had these, and they fit perfectly into all of these holes. And now we have a little fairy carousel where the insect friends can also live. So I'm going to fill this up with the moss I just collected and put some ivy on top of it. And yeah, then I will show you how it looks like. I'm like honestly so happy and excited with how this looks like. I also put some shells on the bottom to give it an even whimsier look. Let me know if you like it. The newest creation of the fairy garden. Okay, I think it is safe to say that I see birds with different eyes now because this was exhausting. But yay, here it is. I just love how it looks like. It even gives Ostara vibes because of the little basket thingy down here. So yeah, now let's find a good place for it so that the first guests can arrive. Okay, I didn't cry. My eyes are red because I just have been yawning non-stop for like 5 minutes now. But I'm going to take a nap in a second and I'm just exhausted and tired. So your witch bestie needs some sleep. But before I do that, I thought I'm showing you the rabbit that we crafted together. And I have been using epoxy clay for this. I think it's what it's called. And I don't know, I just enjoy using epoxy clay recently. Yeah, I don't know, it's really sturdy and I thought that it would be best to use for like an ornament for a frame. And I listen, there is nothing that I could do against it. I had this vision in my mind. I saw this DIY on Pinterest and I was like, that is so cute. And I started crafting. And he wanted to be a 1900s nobleman. Like, I laughed so hard because he really looks like an English gentleman. Like, I don't know what it is with like animals and drawing them. They either look royal or they look like they are time travelers. But I had so much fun, and I love how it turned out, how I kind of gave it my own touch. And yeah, I even gave it a monocle, I think it's what it's called. And now I only have to kind of smooth the edges and paint it. And I'm going to spray paint it black and give some golden accents, because he is too classy to be colorful. He needs the black and gold color because that's his style. So yay, now back to, or I'm going to sleep, because again, I need some rest. And then let's keep going on with this wonderful magical spring equinox day. I hope you enjoy. Let me know down below in the comments how you are spending the spring equinox. And good night. So I just arrived at my favorite thrift store, and I just want to go in and see if I can find anything for an Ostara altar. I just love redoing my altar setup, like my seasonal altar, and Ostara is just one of my most favorite seasons of the year. I love the energy, I love the colors and the symbolism. And so yeah, I thought after work, why not come to the thrift store and see if we can find anything. And I haven't been to a thrift store in so long, actually, because I have been filming here and there. It looks like I have been a lot to the thrift store, but it has been, I think, 3 or 4 weeks since I have been to an actual thrift store. And so I just miss looking through old vintage things, because, you know, we love old things that have a story to tell. And so, yeah, I would say let's just go in and see what the thrift fairies have in store for us. And I will not be able to film a whole lot because my camera is dying, but I do my best. So without further ado, let's go inside. Okay, so I went home with the treasures I found at the thrift store, and I wanted to spend the rest of my time crafting, because Ostara to me is just such a big expression of playfulness and creativity and color and light, and so it just felt right to do some Ostara crafting in my free time. So for example, I wanted to do a little altar decoration with these eggshells, and they had to dry, so I went on to the little frame here that I wanted to turn into a magnet for the fridge. And I feel like this is such a cute idea to turn anything and everything into little fridge magnets. You can dry flowers and glue them on a piece of paper and frame it, and you can draw your own little painting like I'm doing here. And I know it looks like I'm always painting pansies, but this is not a pansy as far as I can tell. And I don't know what it is. It seems like I'm just in sync with the fairies here and we love the same flowers. Okay, so now that our eggshells are completely dried up, let's finish this DIY idea. And all you need is these little thingies that you put inside, which I forgot what they are called. And you also need some soy wax. And I could not find my candle wax melting machine, and so I had to use this jar and heat it up with the wax in a pot, which was not so pleasant because it was really hot and it did not look as pleasing as I wanted it to be on video, but nevertheless it worked. And while the wax was drying, I wanted to redecorate my seasonal altar because I cannot live through the wheel of the year without my seasonal altar having some flowers on it. I just love it, especially in spring. It's just adding so much to the vibe and it always makes me so happy. And so tulips it was for this season, and yeah, I just love redecorating my seasonal altar. It makes me so happy. Okay, so hear me out. Something that cannot be missed on an Ostara altar setup, in my opinion, is willow catkin branches. They are just adorable. They look like little bunnies. And in the thrift store, I found this beautiful glass egg with this bird on it, and so it just gave the final touch to the whole setup. But we were not finished yet, so let's clean this bad boy up that I found. And don't be afraid to buy something that looks rusty and crusty, because you can probably just clean it like I did here and it already looks so much better. And now let's finish this little guy, and I sanded him down before I spray painted him, and I cannot tell you how in love I am with this DIY. It's just so cute, and I love how the color combination turned out. It really looks like he was kind of made in, I don't know, the 1900th century. And I also finished it with some clear lac before gluing it on top of this vintage frame.